This time in the workshop, Rich and I dream up a very unusual chessboard.
You'd like to incorporate the plumbing elements somehow?
Now you've said it, I think it's the only option.
Chainsaw artist Ella takes on an enormous challenge.
There's an overwhelming volume of wood currently.
And master craftsman Ciaran transforms some unlikely timber into a luxury table.
It just looks like it's rustic old plank, but I'm going to make it beautiful.
Welcome to our Woodland Workshop, in the heart of the New Forest.
Better just make sure it's the right for size.
A place where beautiful, handmade objects come to life.
This is the fun part.
From classic cabinet making
Perfect. Success!
to precision pottery,
We don't want it toppling over. That would be disastrous.
miraculous metalwork,
Well, this is looking pretty flippin' good.
to the ultimate in upholstery.
Perfect.
With a bit of hard graft and the odd helping hand,
How are you going to finish it?
I'm going to ask you.
we're making one-off items for people who truly deserve them.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh man, for me?
Oh, look at that!
Wow.
Listen, I'm never going to forget this.
I'm glad you like it.
It's awesome.
It's early morning at the workshop and we're all preparing for a busy day. First to cruise into the yard is Easy Rider Chris.
Hey mate, right? Going too good. Just on up there, yeah?
Great, thank you.
He's here for an appointment with chainsaw sculptor Ella.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It's really nice to meet you. You mentioned you wanted something made. Tell me more.
I've got a really good mate and a fellow blood biker called Tony Haywood.
What is a blood biker?
We carry blood and medicines, drugs, tissue samples, anything else that we can get on a bike. It's a 365-day, 24-hour-a-day volunteering service. Tony is the first volunteer.
Goodness.
Tony has been involved for 44 years. He's 77.
Wow. And he's still doing it
Oh, he
now.
still rides regularly. And his enthusiasm to still be involved is wonderful.
What a legend.
He's just a really nice fella who deserves a little bit of recognition.
What do you think might work for him?
Well, he's got an incredible passion for old bikes. I mean, he was the original 60s and 70s rocker.
So he lives and breathes bikes.
He does, he does.
Is there any other pastimes he has?
He takes a big pride in his garden.
Okay, so maybe we could make him something with a garden. Yeah?
Something that would sit outside in the garden that he'd see every day.
I feel like we should make him a life-size motorbike.
A big one?
Yeah, I think we should.
That would be wonderful.
Oh my goodness, okay. I mean, it's a big challenge, but I think it needs to be done. Something like that would be amazing, I think.
Oh, it would, he'd be blown away.
Okay, leave it with me. I've got a plan. I'll let you know when it's ready.
That would be wonderful. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Thanks very much.
Thank you. I'll
Pleasure
see you
to
soon.
meet you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. A life-size motorbike is the task I've set myself. In the vintagey style that he loves, the kind of curves, the exposed engine, which will be amazing to carve. There's just quite a lot of detail within a bike to make it work. It is an almighty task. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of wood and a lot of brain power. So I've got to find a way of getting a very large volume of wood. I mean, you don't just get these trees this size. This is about 2 meters by 1 meter squared. So I think I'm gonna have to divide it up into big sections out of 3 really fat, big planks and then glue them together. To be honest, I think I'm gonna get myself a model as well, just so I can spin it around and see all of the bits and how it all works, because it's a beast. and then flat to flat. We're just getting the wood in place since now it's been delivered. So we're just going to get him to lift it. I'm strong, but not that strong, so we need a bit of help. Yeah, perfect. I now have the wood. I've been looking at quite a variety of vintage bikes, and they've all got this kind of curve, which is really nice, and these wheel covers and all the exposed metalwork. So I'm going to rest it on the top of my wood and get sketching. I'm going to carve the back wheel and intricate engine out of the two horizontal blocks. The vertical block will become the front wheel, light and handlebars. There's quite a lot of pressure in getting this correct. Everyone knows what a bike looks like, so it's certainly it's an overwhelming volume of wood currently.
While Ella gets carving, it's time for my appointment with our next visitor.
Hello.
Hiya.
You must be Amy.
Yep.
I'm Alex. I understand you come to see me today because you'd like me to make something for somebody special.
Yes, I'd like you to make something for my friend, James Anderson.
OK, tell me all about James.
He started a not-for-profit organisation, and it's to help vulnerable people to, say, get a new boiler in or to have a problem fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had lots of jobs that were done free by James and his team because I've been out of work looking after my son. I'm a single mum. He's now actually providing food deliveries for people on low incomes who are struggling.
What a great guy.
It's about 17,000 people he's helped.
Wow. So, have you got ideas?
Well, I've heard that he likes a game of chess with his family.
I do that. I play with one of my sons.
So I'm thinking he would like a chessboard.
I love the idea of making James a chess set. If you could come back with James, Amy,
Yeah.
and hopefully have something that shows James just how much he's appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to see me, Amy.
OK, bye.
Brought you a cuppa.
Ooh, good man.
For the idea I've got brewing, I need to call on Rich's ceramics expertise.
What do you need me for?
Just been speaking to a girl called Amy,
Right.
telling me all about James, who was an absolute hero.
OK.
He's a plumber, and he'll run an emergency plumbing service, and he'll do the work free of charge.
There are some amazing people out there, aren't
Yeah,
there?
blows your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, really does. So what are you making for him?
Well, he's crazy about chess.
Right, OK.
Crazy about
Okay.
chess. So I want to make him a brilliant chessboard.
And where do I fit into this?
I'm going to need some chess pieces.
Ah, OK, right. And so are you thinking you'd like to incorporate the plumbing element somehow?
Until you said it, it hadn't crossed my mind. Now you've said it, I think it's the only option.
OK.
It's not a simple job, is it?
No, and it's a lot of pieces. 32.
I think you've got the hard
It's like,
side.
cheers for that, Alex. Yeah, you know, I'm going to make a little board. You do the 32
I'll
chess
just make a
pieces.
table,
Thanks
yeah.
very much. Yeah, all right.
I've got total faith.
Glad someone has.
Here's Rich.
James is a plumber, and I think that offers a real opportunity to be a bit playful with how I make these pieces. I just think it would be nice if that passion for plumbing, that passion for helping people can be reflected in the individual pieces. I've chosen to do the king and queen as a spanner and a wrench. You know, they are the tools of his trade. That's how he kind of fixes everything. They're the most important pieces on the board. And then I'm going to have some fun with some of the other pieces. The pawns are going to be nuts. They're the kind of the workhorses. There's going to be multiples of those.
My plumbing-themed figures will vary in size, but I'm keen for the bases to all be the same.
So I've chosen to use an extruding method, which means that there's an element of every piece that I make which is going to be regular. So these are going to form some of the bases to the individual pieces, which I'll then model on top. This clay is a naturally occurring clay straight from the ground, and it's just refined. So it's beautifully smooth. You can model with it. It's really versatile. That's the clay prepared. I'm just loading the die plate into the extruder. And then as you force the clay through, it extrudes whatever shape you've got there. And you get a big long string of it. It's great fun. It's a bit like a Play-Doh machine. Once that's hardened off a bit, I can then cut it into individual little slices. I'll cut it to depth, and they'll go on their side and become the bases for the chess pieces.
And the bases are the easy bit. I've got 32 chess pieces yet to sculpt.
At our Woodland Workshop, 2 bespoke builds are underway. Rich and I are creating a one-off chessboard for James, who provides a free plumbing service for those who really need it. And Ella's carving a massive motorcycle for Tony, who spent more than 40 years volunteering to transport urgent medical supplies. She's been sculpting 3 huge blocks of cedar.
I'm semi-happy with how it's going, but it's all really fat and bulky and lumpy and bumpy. That is always the way when it starts carving. I mean, at the moment it looks quite Flintstone, but it will look like a proper motorbike soon. Made the kind of big rough cuts and committed to where the bits are going to be. So now I can kind of be a bit more sculptural. I think I probably can start doing a bit more of the engine-y bits. I really want to get the wheels done there as well. Ah, which bits to choose? I end up dancing around the whole thing. Better just test it. Make sure it's the right for size. I think that's going to fit Tony fine.
It's a new morning here at the workshop, and Ella's life-size motorbike is starting to take a more recognisable shape.
Now I've moved these, I can get under there and carve the wheel. I can also start defining the wheel arch. With all of this, I've always got to be mindful of being bold with the cuts, but also a little bit reserved at the same time, which is a bit difficult with the chainsaw. Now that I'm getting into the more detail work, or at least the bits that are more important, I'm going to switch to a slightly smaller saw so I've got more control.
While Ella motors on, I'm making a start on my unique chess table for plumber James.
I'm starting with these beautiful timbers. I've got Mexican rosewood and oak, and the contrast between that really dark rosewood and the really light oak is perfect for a chessboard. I'm going to make it out of chunky pieces. Chessboards are always thin veneers of square, but we're going different with this. I'm going to keep this nice and solid. I'm going to glue this all together. Once it's set, I'm going to chop it across, and then each of these sections can stand up and be glued together.
Lovely.
On my half of the chess table project, I'm ready to assemble some of the plumbing-themed figures. I've got all of my standardised bases, which I made on the extruder, and I've got all of my standardised nut pieces, which are actually my pawns. When I extruded these, they were really soft, and I've allowed them over time to just harden off a little bit. And now they're kind of leather hard, they feel like a block of cheddar cheese. It's just a perfect consistency for carving through with this drill bit. And then I just need to stick all of those nuts onto their bases. So there's 16 of these in total, so I definitely need to get a wriggle on. I do love the repetition. There's something about making multiples of the same thing that's really quite lovely. There's lots to do, but I've got all of my base pieces, all of my components extruded, and it's just a matter of assembling them together now. Starting with my nut-shaped pawns, I'll put the figures into the kiln for an initial firing before they're ready for glazing.
While Rich's handiwork gets up to temperature, our final visitor, Sam, has arrived to meet cabinet maker Ciaran.
Sam, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Lovely to meet you. So we're here today for your friend Casey.
Yep.
Who I believe is a massive dog lover.
She is. She rescues disabled dogs, mainly from abroad. She was kind of inspired by the fact that there was a lot of dogs that were getting injured in war zones, and there was no treatment locally. So she started just seeing what she could do. And a lot of the times, in order to help them, she had to bring them to the UK and have them treated by our vets here.
So she does an awful lot. Does she get any time for herself at all?
She gets no time for herself because she has 6 very needy dogs at home. It's a big deal to kind of get people to look after them. She's really stuck with her dogs, and she's such a social person.
Bless. So what are we thinking then, making-wise?
I would love her to have a beautiful dining table that she could invite people over, so she doesn't have the problem of getting the dogs looked after. And she's just moved to a little place. If we could make her a table, that would be amazing.
I'm loving the idea of this. This is going to be a big project. Go big or go home, that's the way I see it. Yeah. That's it. Well, listen, Sam, thanks so much for coming in to see me, and I can't wait to get onto this.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So I'm thinking I don't want to go down our bog standard 4-legged table. I want to go angles. I want to go where people are going to walk into this room and actually go, wow, that is amazing. I don't know, maybe kind of legs at an angle, and then the tabletop resin adds so much character to the piece. It really, really does. Essentially, what we'd have is a nice piece of wood, and then I'll split right down the middle of it, and I can actually pour some resin right in there, and that will really make that piece of wood bang. This has got to be a showstopper, because I want her to get something that she can really be really proud of.
First up, I need to prepare the slab of hard-wearing timber that'll make up my tabletop.
I'm really, really super excited about working on this piece of oak. Amazing thing about this bit of bur oak, there's all these cracks in it. You've got the burr all along the edges here. So when I fill the resin in between, it'll really, really show up. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to run my track saw right down the middle, so I'll split it in half. Before I even get to that stage, I've got to flatten it off because it's got a big hump on it, and I want to take that out of it. At the moment, it just looks like it's just a rustic old plank that you'd find in the back garden, but this is a gem, and I'm going to make it beautiful. So I've got these 2 beautiful pieces of wood, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour resin right down the centre, and once it's hard and solidified, it'll actually essentially create what looks like a river and make it one solid piece.
Now, resin could go wrong in all sorts of ways, and on a table this size, I'm going to have to pour it in multiple layers to help avoid air bubbles in the finished piece.
You've also got to take into consideration your environment as well. So I have to make sure that I keep it from getting dust into it. I've done this for a few years now, so I know that there's certain elements that can go wrong. You've got to make sure that this mix with the resin and the hardener is really, really done properly. So it's kind of, you've got to get it right.
At our Woodland Workshop, everyone's beavering away on their projects. Ciaran's making a unique dining table for Casey, who fundraises for disabled dogs around the world, whilst caring for some herself. Rich and I are creating a personalised chess set for plumber James, who makes sure vulnerable people don't go without heating or food. And chainsaw sculptor Ella has taken on the epic task of making a life-size motorbike for Tony, who spent more than 40 years volunteering to transport urgent medical supplies.
I've been working for days on this beast, and it's finally time to swap the chainsaw for some of the other tools in my kit. I'm using my angle grinder at the moment to sand off the main surface area, just with a flexible pad on it. It's a bit more forgiving going over the smooth corners and edges and stuff to make it rounder. And then I'm going to use my die grinder to go in with all the detail. A lot of the other stuff I do is quite natural or less machine-like. I need to finally bite the bullet and carve this bit. So these bits are the spokes. I'm not trying to make it look hyper-realistic, but I do still want it to have the elements of a bike. There's loads of details on this. There's all the rivets and bolts, and there's a spring I want to get in. There's all the finer bits that each little bit brings it even more to life and will make it read even more like a bike. Plenty more work to do.
Back in my dining table project, I've got the second layer of resin poured, and while that dries, it's time to make a start on the legs.
So I'm working on my table base now, which is going to be an X, and set the chop saw up to the angles that I'm marking here now, and then I'll just start assembling it.
I'm using American black walnut. It's a sturdy hardwood that's perfect for supporting a large tabletop.
Next stage now, I need to mark out for the cross-halving joint, which is half of the material being cut out one and half of the material out the other to create that X. So essentially, when the table is together, it'll have this nice, really big, chunky legs, and the grain is absolutely sensational on this.
On my massive motorbike build, the finish line is finally in sight. Pretty happy with how that looks. This has been such a fiddly, awkward thing. It's quite a hard task to make a machine-made object made out of a natural material made by a person, and then they're slightly having a battle with each other. Now the engine's carved, it's time for a few final details. All my finishings involve quite a lot of different tools and techniques. one I've used to make rivets on the leather seat. It's an eye cutter. You push it in and the heat burns and makes a half ball thing. This is the fun bit. Because I've been carving these lines, I wanted to bring them out, and with just a regular blowtorch, it kind of heats the upper layers and then like leaves the deeper layers less burnt, so then it brings out that contrast. A bit like shading or shadowing or whatever with paints or pencils, but I'm just using fire. I think with all projects, especially with carving, the more you look, the more bits you see that need working on. At some point, you've got to call it and go, right, that's it, I'm done. Really, the next bit is oiling, which that's the icing on the cake. Chris wanted volunteer Tony to receive a gift for spending more than 40 years transporting urgent medical supplies with the Blood Bikers. Now, Chris has brought Tony down to see what I've made for him. Hi, Chris.
Hi, nice to see you again.
And you, and this must be Tony.
It is, this is Tony.
For my friends.
Do you have any idea what's going on today?
In a word, no. Absolutely. Everything's been kept secret.
Would you like to tell Tony why he's here?
You are the oldest and most long-serving blood biker in the UK. We worked out that you've probably ridden more than 200,000 miles in the years that you've been blood biking, which is 6-8 times around the world. And the deliveries you made have been countless. That needed some special recognition, and that's what this is all about.
Would you like me to show you what I've made?
What you've made?
Yeah.
Made something for you.
Eh?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, yeah. Yeah. Wow. You made that?
Yeah.
Eh? How do you do that? Eh? Wowzers. That's amazing, isn't it? It's brilliant. Brilliant. I can't stop looking at it. We ride it home.
I'm really pleased.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
Really pleased.
Thanks, buddy. What a pal, eh? What a pal.
That's wonderful.
Eh?
Absolutely wonderful.
Can I sit on it?
Yeah.
That's all right.
There you are, boss.
There you go.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Oh, wow. I'm really knocked out with that. That is super. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for coming and enjoy your bike.
It's stunning, isn't it? It really is stunning. I'll take pride of place in the garden as well.
Yeah, it's perfect for it. It couldn't have been a better statement of what I and the Blood Bikers think about his contribution over 40 years.
That was a pretty epic mission to make a life-size bike, but how worth it. What an amazing reaction, and what just a delightful man.
I'm making a unique chess table for plumber James, and I want the stand to have a real wow factor.
Now I'm starting to shape the central column of my chess table. It's a lovely lump of Indonesian rosewood. The grain is just stunning. But I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting by putting a bit of detail in, like a scoop that runs the full length of the piece of wood. Now what I'm using is a traditional moulding plane. I've got hundreds of these, and the base of them is shaped in a particular way, and it has a blade inside that also matches that. You don't tend to see those ornate chess tables made anymore, so it's nice to make one. I play chess with my own son. I love that time where you just get to switch off, both of us focus on something together with no screens. Now before I screw my chess table together, I'm just giving it a very fine sand. It starts to turn these beautiful wood grains into almost like a marble effect. That's just coming together really nicely, really elegant. I just can't wait to see Rich's chess pieces on it.
And luckily, they're nearly ready. I've given each one a plumbing theme. A spanner and a wrench make the king and queen. The rook is a tap. And the knight, a toilet, of course. They've been cooling for 18 hours, and now they're ready for glazing. My chess set is now ceramic, but it's still porous. And what I'm relying on that porosity to do is to suck all of the moisture out of the glaze as I dunk it in, and it then deposits a layer on the piece. So when this goes into the kiln and it's fired up to 1280 degrees, all of those raw materials in the glaze will melt and they'll form a glass, and they'll sink into all of the recesses and all of the detail that I've put into the chess pieces. Just giving the chess pieces a blow to make sure there's no dust on the surface. If it's got any dust on the surface when I go to dip it, that can act as a bit of a resist and the glaze can crawl away from that dust. Just giving it a little waggle as I go in. That's just to make sure the glaze gets into all of the nooks and crannies. That's 5 down, there's 32 to do in total, so I better get on.
In our forest workshop, 2 unique projects are nearly finished. I'm making a chessboard for James, who offers a free plumbing service for those who need it. And Ciaran is almost there with his resin and oak tabletop for Casey, who raises money to help disabled dogs around the world and looks after some herself.
This is looking awesome. This is looking absolutely super. So I'm going to flip that up. So my next stage now is to flatten off any little ripples. This is going to look absolutely super when it's finished, because I'm over the moon with the colour. It's really cool. I'm actually just blending the different heights of the resin and the wood all in together. There are a few little errors. There's a little lad here who's after getting himself in a bit of a sticky situation, and unfortunately he's dried out in it, which is this mosquito, but you never know, he might have taken someone's blood and we've got Jurassic Park 2 or 3 or 4. But it won't be noticeable. It'll be sanded out, it'll be polished up. Taken a lot of sanding to get up to here, but it has come out really, really well. Really chuffed with it.
The fact that Casey cares for disabled dogs at home has given me a little brainwave.
I've actually got a little bit too much of it, so I'm going to trim off the end with the track saw, and I'm going to make a table for the dogs. So I have asked Richard to make 2 beautiful bowls, and I'm going to be sunk right into it.
Top lad that he is, Rich has jumped straight onto the job, and those dog bowls are already taking shape.
I've made a flat fluted rim, and I've done that because these are being sunk into Ciaran's table. So the idea being that that'll hold the bowl in place once they're into that table. I mean, this is quite a big bowl, but I think the dog will thank me.
On my chess set for plumber James, Rich is about to fire his glazed pieces in the kiln. And I'm adding the finishing touches to the board.
Now the final stage of the chess table is an oiling. This will really bring out the grain, really bring out the contrast in the colours of the timber that I've chosen, and show what all that hard work's been about.
Got some chess pieces here for you, Alex.
Ooh, let's have a look. Been excited about these. Woohoo! Look at them, Rich.
Yeah, they've all survived.
They're incredible.
Thank you.
Delicately does it. That is stunning. That enamel's incredible.
They're there to be used, they're there to be touched, so it's important that they had a good glaze on them.
You've got some great, crazy skills, Rich. Absolutely crazy. Those with the board, I think, is just going to be the best gift for James. Honestly, brilliant work. I'm so impressed.
Alex.
Well done, Rich.
Cheers.
When Amy first came to the woods, she asked me for a unique chessboard for plumber James, whose work ensures vulnerable people don't go without hot water, heating or food. Today, she's returned and brought James along with her.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Hiya.
Good to see you again. You must be James.
Yes. Yes. Nice
Good to see you both. I'll let Amy explain why we've lured you in here today.
James, I want to demonstrate how important your help has been to me and the thousands of people that you've helped with the plumbing and the food donations. So Alex has made you something on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Didn't have to, but thank you.
Amy told us a little bit about you, and I wanted to make something that was very personal to you, something that I hope you can enjoy.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at it?
May I go?
Just to be very careful taking this off.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Do you want to get a
gorgeous.
chest now? Honest to God. Absolutely. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
And to look. Oh my God, it's got taps. The toilets. Yeah. It doesn't work, the tap's stuck.
Know a plumber?
Love it.
All the bits there.
I think he likes it.
That is absolutely gorgeous. And that's proper wood, isn't it, as well?
So this is rosewood and oak. I did the wood side of it, but the amazing pieces were done by our potter, Rich.
It's so personal. It's me. That's me. I've never wanted anything in my life for anything I do. I never have. And you don't know what this means to me.
Oh.
This is more than I could ever imagine. This is absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you as well, Amy.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. 5 years ago when we first met,
Yeah.
I was in a different situation to where I am now.
Yeah.
And I'm where I am now because of your support and your friendship.
we got to look
knowing
after
you
each
were
other, haven't we?
just round the corner.
Come here. Come on, Amy. We'll always be there for you. Okay, me and the team. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, forever.
It's been a massive pleasure to make it for you, an honour to make it.
No, thank you. It's very humbling. It's humbling beyond more than what you'll know. It is.
Well, I'm going to pack it up super carefully for you, and I'll have it shipped to your home for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The chessboard is being created with respect. It's being created with harmony. It's being created with love. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I could just tell by his face when he saw it. He wasn't expecting such a personal gift. So, yeah, he's really astounded by his present, and he'll be playing that for years to come.
I loved seeing James's reaction, just the look on his face, how passionate he was about it. And I can see he genuinely loves it. It just meant the world to me.
On my project, I've roped in Saf
Come on, hurry up. We're waiting here 20 minutes.
We'll get there.
to help me with the final assembly of Casey's dining table.
You want to go, which is the top then?
This is the bottom.
This is the bottom?
Drop it down. Let's flip this to the far side.
Brilliant.
We can
Okay.
slide it on, yeah?
Ready? It's quite heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for you it will be, mate.
I just don't want to scratch it up. It's all right, I'll reach over on this side.
You do that. You can stretch. I'll take the easy side.
Looks amazing, mate. Honestly.
You think it's good, dude?
Looks really good. There's a lot of effort gone into that. Can you make me one? If I get booked with you, it'll be like 2 years' time, won't it?
I'll fit you in. I'll fit you in.
When I met Sam, she told me all about her friend Casey's extraordinary efforts to rescue disabled dogs from all around the world. Now she's back with Casey, who's brought 2 of her dogs. Both were badly injured before being rescued.
Hi.
Sam, lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you.
This must be the wonderful Casey you spoke about.
It is.
Hiya, nice to meet you.
Has to be 2 absolutely gorgeous dogs. How are you?
This one's Millie and this one's Maggie.
Gorgeous. Oh, bless. So Sam has told me so much about you and everything you do.
Ever since I've known her for about 8 years, she's just looked after everyone and does everything for everyone, spends all her money on her dogs. It's about time somebody did something nice for you.
She is amazing. Everything that you've done, you've saved hundreds of dogs. It really, really is absolutely sensational.
Oh, thank you.
So I wanted to make you a little treat. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. I'm excited. Oh my gosh! Oh, that's actually amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen this?
No. No.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Shall I take it down and we can see?
Yeah. Look at that, Mills.
Oh, yeah.
Oh look, she's going to go mental now.
Perfect.
Always on the hunt for food.
Absolutely perfect. Now, in all fairness, you do an absolutely amazing amount of work. I think it would be unfair for the dogs to have a beautiful dog feeder and not for you to have something to eat off. So.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So we wanted to make something for you because you can't really go out because you've got so many animals to look after.
I know, I like having people round.
Yeah.
Because then they all bring their dogs. I love Millie's feeder as well. I love that it matches.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's the sweetest. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this because I'm an absolute... I love my dogs. So I'll get this wrapped up and get it sent out to you guys.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks so much for coming.
Come on, Megs.
Oh.
My heart went into that piece and I could tell Casey really, really appreciated it.
Overwhelmed. It was beautiful, that table. Feels a bit like it's too good to fit in our little house. To have a matching set with the dogs, it's quite special, isn't it?